Did you file an application for Italian citizenship and it's like years that you are waiting for a reply, you are waiting for a decision, you wait for a notification from the Italian authorities? What to do if your application is stuck at the authorities, so you never hear anything, you check on the portal, you check with the consulate and nothing happened? Today we want to talk about this really frequent problem, unfortunately, and we will show you what to do, the solutions, and how we can handle this type of cases. This is Marco Bersani from the Bersani Law Firm and Partners from Italy, an Italian immigration law firm with high expertise on Italian citizenship application. So do not lose any more time, let's start. Today we will show you what to do, we will explain you what to do, and we will also explain to you what to do by also sharing with you a few details from some real cases that we processed also recently, so you have fresh updates on what to do and the solutions. The good news is that there is solution, so in one way or another we can reach your Italian citizenship. Just go a little deep into the process, let's see what to do step by step. So let's start with the first case that we processed. In this case, we are talking about the application for the Italian citizenship by marriage. In this case, we had a client from the UK. This client applied for Italian citizenship by marriage because the husband is an Italian citizen, so she filed the application. She filed the application with everything, with the language set, and all the documents required. Well, this happened like 5 years ago. After 5 years, she, of course, on weekly basis, she connected the portal, she checked the status. The status is still the same, is still showing pending, checking in progress, and this is the same status for 5 years. So she tried to contact the consulate because she already made the appointment at the consulate when she brought all the documents, and so the consulate never replied, or in other cases they replied and they say your application is still pending, so you have just to wait. So what to do in these cases, or because nobody will tell you anything, or because they will say you have to be patient, you have to wait. Well, actually, this is not true. You have not just to wait, because the law is clear on this side. The application for Italian citizenship by marriage is regulated on the basis by the general administrative law. So the administrative law says that the public administration, so a consulate or the Ministry of Internal Affairs that will process your case, well, they have to respect some legal terms. And in this case in particular, for Italian citizenship by marriage, starting from the old laws and also with the new laws, they have to process your case in a maximum time frame. In the past it was 4 years, now it's 2 years. So they have a limited amount of time to decide your case, because you have the right to have a reply or approval of denial, but you have a decision on your case. In this type of cases there are two approaches. Pay attention in both cases, as we are talking about legal procedures, you absolutely need an Italian immigration attorney. So only an Italian immigration attorney can handle your case for solving this type of issues. The first approach is to contact the local authorities, so the local Italian consulate and also the Ministry of Internal Affairs. As lawyers, we can having access to your application folder, so we can from one side sending a legal complaint, a legal solicit for speeding up the process, and actually in this case unlock the case. For this client, we try to write to the ministry, we ask for unlocking the case immediately in maximum 10 days, or differently, the ministry was advised that we will be ready for filing a lawsuit, so for suing them. When you go to the court, you have to show the judge that you tried your best to try to unlock the case before going to court. The court can be only the last attempt you can do. So that's why it's important anyway to contact the ministry, send letters, send legal complaints, and notifying the ministry that you are ready to suing them, you are ready for your lawsuit, but you have tried to soliciting the case, to unlocking the case before filing a lawsuit. So the judge will check if you try this way. So that's why, anyway, we have to find the first approach. We will need to file your case through the so-called Italian Administrative Court, that is called TAR, Regional Administration Tribunal. That is the one with the unique jurisdiction of this type of cases. So we filed the case. This happened last June. So what happened? As long as you have the hearing date, we have to notify the hearing date of the ministry. In that moment, your case, your application becomes immediately an urgent one. You have a high priority because they know that if there is the hearing date, the judge will condemn them to also an indemnization. So actually, I mean, it's very risky for them to not end your process. After 1.5 months, the ministry notified to our clients that the application is ended and they approved their application, their citizenship, their dual citizenship by marriage in this case. So it worked, and that's the only legal way to do that. There are no other ways. Same things and same considerations in case you have a pending case for Italian citizenship by descent. The process is exactly the same because it's regulated by the same laws. The other alternative is waiting, but statistically speaking, there are a lot of people that wait like other 6, 7, 8 years for getting an approval for citizenship. That is crazy amount of period, and actually is something that is violating the legal terms by the Italian law. So in this case, as long as you have waited for more than 2 years, do not hesitate. Do not hesitate and contact us. You can contact us, you can explain what happened, you can file us our copies of your documents. We will check your case and we will check if it's worth the case to file the lawsuit. But for sure it's worth the case because it's the only way, if you don't want to wait for many years, the only way to force the respect of the law by the Italian administration. Of course, in our case, we won the case, so because actually the hearing date was never take place, because actually the case was unlocked by the administration. So our client got the Italian citizenship in a really quick way. In a few months, she took the oath and she finalized also the passport. So as always, you can also contact us if you have questions, you have doubts, you need a consultation on your case, on your issues for your application. Do not hesitate to contact us through our website. You can also leave a comment here below in YouTube channel. Our team is always happy to reply to your comments. Of course, we cannot provide consultation on YouTube comments. And you can also follow us on our YouTube. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's very important because you will be notified immediately as soon as we post new video. And so, believe me, we have many videos to post with new updates and really interesting things to talk about. And you can also follow us on our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, so you can follow us in many ways. Thank you again for your time and see you on the next video.